Let's continue, dear students, with the second stanza of the poem The Scholar Gypsy by Matthew Arnold. Now, I've already given you an introduction to the poem and to the background, what exactly Scholar Gypsy is all about, and also about the poem that it is written in the form of an elegy, and especially a pastoral elegy. Now let's come to the second stanza. The text is already there in front of you. You can just read the lines. I'm going to read for you the second stanza and then I'll be explaining you the lines. Here, where the reaper was at work of late, in his high field's dark corner, where he leaves his coat, his basket, and his earthen cruse, and in the sun all morning binds the sheaves. Then here at noon comes back his stores to use. Here will I sit and wait, while to my ear from uplands far away the bleating of the folded flocks is home, with distant cries of reapers in the corn, all the live murmur of a summer's day. Now see what a beautiful combination we have here of nature, of the rustic background, the pastoral background of the poem, the beauty of nature, the life of the shepherd, there is an amalgamation of all the beautiful things which nature gives us, and those things are being reflected in the mind of the poet. Now here the poet in the second stanza, who isn't a shepherd, waits for his companion in a shady corner of a field, and of late here means lately. He watches with deep interest a reaper who, in the shady nook of the valley, has left their jacket, that is his jacket, his basket of food, and his earthen vessel, that is the water bottle. He is presumably engaged in reaping the crops, that is making sheaves. That is, making sheaves means bundles of corn. This is the work of a farmer or a reaper who reaps the corn. He binds the sheaves of corn when the sun is shining in the morning. He is back at noon to eat and drink what he has brought with him. It is here where the poet will sit and listen to the bleating of the flocks of sheep in their folds. Now see the beautiful sounds, or you can say the song of the bleating of the sheep, and the kind of closeness that the reaper is feeling with the earth, the mother earth, the way he is reaping, the way he is taking care of this of the crops, and all the efforts that the reaper is making here, they signify a kind of an affinity of the reaper with the land and with the grass. Now he says that as he is enjoying the lovely sound or the music of the bleating of the sheep or the flocks, the voices of the reapers will also be heard in different parts of the field. There are other reapers also there, and the voice of the reapers could be heard in other parts of the field. So now he is also delighted to hear the melodious sounds of the arriving spring, and also the gentle humming sounds made by the insects, birds, and winds. So the second stanza beautifully depicts that how and in which way the reaper is not only enjoying the harvest, the reaper is not only having a wonderful time with the fruits of his hard work and labor, he is also happy to enjoy the arriving of the spring season, which puts the reaper into a great amount of ecstasy, and also the sound and the voices of the insects, birds, and the wind, that is definitely adding more pleasure, more joy, and more satisfaction to the person, to the reaper, to the poet, to the shepherd, spokesperson here we can say, who is trying to make the best effort to carry on this beautiful effort of reaping the labor of the hard work that he has put into. So we'll continue with the third stanza in the next class. Thank you.